Hello everybody and welcome to another Ignis reaction video. Today we are viewing style theory, can Feng Shui cure my depression? Okay, now as somebody that actually struggles with depression in real life a lot, like I do mean a lot. That's, oh, sorry, kinda don't know my, yeah, like that's my sad face. So yeah, as I struggle with depression a lot in my life because like real life is kind of like, well, real life, and it always finds a way to like ruin everything. Today I am basically interested in like how can I cure my depression, and let's see if feng shui can actually cure your depression. So you guys know the deal. You you go leave a like, comment, subscribe to the film theories if you to the style theories if you haven't. Went almost at film theory then there, but oh boy. Anyway, hey, uh, leave a like, comment, subscribe on my channel. Now, if you enjoy the videos, let me know down in the comments what else I should probably react to if you want to. I also stream on Twitch. I also try to stream on Twitch every like Friday at kinda the noon, Saturday and Sunday at like 10 to 12 a.m. Kinda mid European time in a way, or something like that. East European time. Anyway, without all that being said, let's just jump into that. Let's just jump into this video and let's see if feng shui can really cure depression, or is it just all basically myth. Shout out to the film theorist. If you haven't already, go watch his videos.
Episode is
Oops.
sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
Do
Shout
you
out to
feel
Rock
anxious, stressed? Does the weight of all your responsibilities bring you down? Well,
Yes.
what if you could solve those
Yes, lol.
problems in just a few easy steps? Introducing Feng Shui.
Feng what?
Oh, Feng Shui, so that's how you say it.
Philosophy dating back 5,000 years. With just a snap, go from drab to fab as Feng Shui melts the
Okay.
stress away.
Wow, I love Feng Shui.
But does it actually work in real life? That's what we aim to find out today.
I think actually, well, that's kind of like an awkward initial stop. I think this is actually his like, well, one of his co-hosts in like GG Life when he, well, not really is live, but is kind of like playing some games and doing mini theories or something. So yeah, this kind of like Ash face reveal. Well, not really. She already kind of revealed her face. Anyway.
But does it actually work in real life?
Yeah.
That's what we aim to find out today.
I love Feng Shui.
Okay.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Style Theory, the show that's changing your life one crazy experiment at a time. Real talk, life, it's hard, man.
Yeah.
Adulting sucks.
Yeah.
There's taxes.
Yeah. Oh.
Today's episode is sponsored.
Oh my god. And that's why I need to like.
That people keep chess up. Huh, go figure. More order, laundry job. It's changing your life one crazy experiment at a time.
Yeah.
Real talk, life, it's hard, man.
Yeah, it
Adulting
is.
sucks. There's taxes, there's
It is.
bills, there's your job, kids, family
Yeah.
get-togethers, loading the dishwasher,
Yeah.
unloading the dishwasher,
Yeah.
laundry, mowing the
Yeah,
lawn.
oh
It
my
is
god, I don't even have a
nonstop
dishwasher,
living
and
to
like
do
that's.
lists. Or if you're younger,
Yeah.
you're still lucky enough to have your parents.
I
do
also-
most of the
honestly-
stuff for you. There's
I honestly have like some dishes I need to clean out of my just eating right now, and I'm so lazy I'm not gonna clean them. Well, at least not right now, but I am gonna clean them later. I am not that dirty. I swear I'm not that dirty. Anyway.
But does it actually work in real life? That's what we aim to find out today.
Yeah.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Style Theory, the show that's changing your life one crazy experiment at a time. Real talk, life, it's Still homework, there's friends, there's chores, there's extracurriculars, there's the simple pressure of being a kid in the digital age. It is a lot. Enter style theory, where we realize that style means more than just fashion and beauty. It's also about lifestyle. Huh, go figure. It's almost like we thought about that before we launched the channel. We are playing 4D chess up in here with our branding. Anyway, in our latest effort to solve the anxieties of the world, we wanted to tackle the home decor concept of Feng Shui. You know, that thing that you don't know how to spell and that people keep talking about over on HGTV.
It's a Feng Shui nightmare. All the money is going out the front door.
This is a real thing, Jeff.
So you're telling me you're on Feng
Okay.
Shui?
No, not me.
And you're on Wizards.
Feng Shui is real. Wizards are fake.
No, they're both real.
What?
If I doubt them, like,
Feng Shui is real, wizards are fake. What?
TV host insisting that
Okay.
wizards are real. In short, Feng Shui is an ancient Chinese philosophy dating back to at least as early as 5000 BC. All centered
That's a lot.
around finding harmony between you and your surrounding environment. The term literally means wind water, which are elements believed to help
Wind
direct
water.
the energy flow of the universe. And that right there is
yeah.
the core of Feng Shui. The belief is that the arrangement of your surroundings can positively or negatively impact your life, from your energy levels to your mood to your health to your fortune.
If the staircase is coming out the door, that means the money's running out of the house and they're gonna go broke.
I don't know. As a man of
Okay.
science, this all seems a bit too
That's kinda-
for my tastes. But also
Yeah.
as a man of science, I
That's
believe
kinda
in
crazy.
testing and data. So we decided to try it out. Would following the principles of Feng Shui help us transform our spaces into calmer, more productive areas? Would it help clear our minds from the everyday stresses of the world?
Yeah, look at Stephanie, like, she's already like, oh my god, why am I doing this? What have I gotten myself into? We don't know, Stephanie. Only, like, basically you married my path, and now you have to live with the consequences. That's kind of one of the reasons I do not have a wife, and I will probably never have one as well. Okay. Moving on.
Or would rearranging the house only cause more headaches for our already stressed out lives?
Cord management is starting to stress me out.
Right? What am I supposed to do with this cord?
Like if you had like cord attachments in the middle of the room, maybe. But now we just have cords everywhere.
That, my friends, is what we aim to find out today.
I
Now,
don't
right
want to
off the
have
bat,
an
it's
random
important
cord
to understand that Feng
or in
Shui
my room
isn't just
here.
a single
Like
thing.
what?
Instead, it encompasses many schools of thought, teachings, and interpretations that have evolved across thousands of years. Which means that our test today is only going to be focusing on the four main principles widely agreed upon by most Feng Shui practitioners.
Which are?
Nature, clutter, command, and balance. First off, Feng Shui promotes incorporating nature into your room design in the form of plants and natural light. The rationale here is that plants represent growth and absorb negative energy.
Well, I have
Although
natural
that
light in my
certainly sounds
windows,
very mystical at
so
first
that's at least a
blush,
plus.
it's actually not that far off from reality.
Plants?
Do absorb
Well,
negative
plants
energy,
will
the
die
CO2 waste
if
that
they are
we
left in
breathe
more
out,
care.
replacing it with life-giving
That's why I don't have a
oxygen.
pet.
So I can see a world where
That's
this
one
sort
of
of
the reasons I
philosophy
don't have a
checks
pet.
out. The positive effects of plants have also been supported through research, with studies showing that workers exposed to indoor plants have better attention spans. Another study on their effects in healthcare environments showed that people reported less stress when they were in rooms with indoor plants. As for natural light, in Feng Shui, sunlight's viewed as providing
I guess the thought of that is like basically it kind of like we as humans basically evolved from nature and we are like nature animals for a long period of our personal history. So inside kind of our monkey brain, that kind of means that seeing just like any sort of type of plant in a room basically means that we are still connected even a little bit with nature and are connected to our roots. So that kind of calms us down, kind of triggers that monkey part of our brain and to be like calm, collected, and whatnot.
healing energy, which again feels pretty darn fantastical, but also isn't that far from scientific truth. Sunlight's been shown to boost serotonin production in the brain, the neurochemical that makes you feel happier. Principle 2, clutter. In other words, get rid of it. Basically, Feng Shui says that clutter blocks the flow of positive energy around you, surrounding you with unfinished business that can prevent new opportunities from entering your life. The basic idea is that if you have unfinished projects lying around, they're constantly reminding you that you're being unproductive, and so you start to internalize
I kinda
negative
have that as
attitudes
well.
like, I can't finish projects that I start. And again, science reinforces this conclusion. Many studies have found that clutter is associated with elevated levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. However, Feng Shui proposes a very easy solution. Lose everything that you don't plan on touching or using in a given day, and only keep around the items that are going to remind you of your past successes. These then promote positive thoughts.
I mean, I don't have any of those items.
Principle 3, command. In other words, optimizing
Sadly.
how you position the most important pieces of furniture in any given room. This one goes pretty darn deep, but the TLDR version here is that you should have a clear line of sight to the door without being directly in line with the door. This then puts you in a commanding position to see who's entering or leaving the room, preventing any unwanted jump scares from someone sneaking up on you, while at the same time not being so focused on the door that you're distracted by what's down the hall. Our final principle here is elemental balance. The basic idea here is that there are 5 core elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Each of these can be represented in our environment by a physical object, like a piece of wooden furniture or a ceramic piece of pottery. It can also be represented by a color. Water is deep blue and black. Fire corresponds to reds and bright yellows. You get the idea. Each element is meant to offer some sort of benefit. For instance, earth offers grounding, metal offers clarity. But the overall goal is just balance with all elements present. Shape, also important here. For instance, designs with sharp edges or harsh patterns, they're said to cut off creativity and induce stress. Instead, Feng Shui recommends using more curved pieces to create openness and a better flow of energy. So with all of that in mind, it was time to start the experiment. Steph and I were ready to transform the most stressful room in the house, our office, into a Feng Shui serenity palace.
Hi, Style Theory.
Hey, D.
Welcome to our office space.
Oh my gosh, we can't wait to have you over. We didn't do
Like,
anything.
if this is their office...
Before you arrived, obviously.
It's actually very obvious that we haven't done anything.
Yeah, seriously, we didn't.
So you'll notice.
Honestly, like, straight up, they might have, like, just cleaned dust or something from the office, but if this is their office, like, right now, and just to keep up appearances, is they've, like, just cleaned up and just didn't make any sort of mess for just for this video, so they don't kind of, like, embarrass themselves or something. Like, this is just fine. What does it matter? Like, just leave it like that, I think. Like, yeah, it kind of looks like it has, well, it doesn't have a direct line of, like, viewing the door, but I don't know. Honestly, this room isn't that bad, I would say.
Right below us is our
I would say
rug.
way better than mine.
It's very angular and very geometric because we are very repressed people, and the hard edges of the shapes and the black and white coloring is really indicative of how constrained we feel as human beings.
Yeah,
okay.
we hold ourselves in until the absolute point of bursting.
Yep.
We really want to reflect in our personal style.
There used to be about 4 Diet Coke cans all just sprinkled around in like a really nice melange. If you will. They really brought out the desperate desire of trying to stay awake.
Yep, that is my room.
That I need to do on a day-to-day basis.
It's sculptural,
That is my room.
but also functional.
Like, I basically decided to, like, start making recordings and start streaming again when basically in my school began again and I have to teach classes again. And oh my god, I don't really have any sort of time to, like, do any sort of feng shui whatsoever. And yeah, part of it is, like, because I'm lazy, but also I just cannot be bothered to do any sort of that, and I'm just basically on my computer 24/7, so I don't fucking care.
My mom gave me this street map of London, which I feel badly throwing away because she's my mom, but I have Google, so realistically this is never.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, this is a particular highlight. This right here is
Who uses?
This right here is fantastic. This is Stephanie's charger for these headphones that no longer work, that she permanently fused to the desk with a sticky. These don't work anymore, nor have they ever worked.
Coming over to my desk, there's the.
I don't know why this is still here.
Okay, you know what I said about the room being not that bad? Never mind, I guess.
Here's a mouse that ran out of batteries a bunch of times, and it should be thrown away, but I'm like, well, maybe it still works, and I just don't have the skills to use this mouse without it running out of batteries all the time, so it just sits here, and often gets confused for my actual mouse. This is a phone.
Still way cooler than my room, actually.
I got that for her for Christmas. Real talk. Stephanie does not charge her own phone. She just leaves it there and then winds up surprised that it's not charged. Even though I have set up no less than 4 charging banks at the various places around the house that she sits at for extended periods of time. Her phone sits right there, right next to it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like literally giving a child a piece of candy, dangling it above their head and saying, oh, it's all close, almost. Ah, you just missed it. Sorry, you're dead.
So I put things right here. Forgive me for it being a little slow.
I was trying to see where this is.
And I'm talking, and the child in that analogy is the phone.
Leaves articles of clothing all over the office, usually individual socks.
Yep, I have clothes everywhere in my room.
Like
it's
6 separate
it's total chaos.
Strewn all over. Height
only 6 socks.
They could be up there, they could be down on the floor, they could be draped across the computer, they could be anywhere, and they never have a match. Ever.
Okay. Even my room is a mess, and my room is not that much of a mess. Okay. But it's still a big fucking mess. So it's still cleaner than my room, but in a different way, I guess. Oh my god.
Because wearing one sock is the ultimate way to wear a sock. But let us not
I
forget
mean,
this
yeah,
is
that
the
is.
Congratulations gift that we
My
sent to all
socks
of our
currently do
friends
not
for
match.
the launch of Style Theory earlier this year. It has sat in the same position on Stephanie's desk since we set these out at the beginning of this year. No joke. I went to move it like 2 weeks ago. She's like, no, don't do that. I'm going to do something with that. And here it remains.
Clearly, we need all the help we can get. Luckily, we're not doing this one alone. To get as much data as possible, we enlisted the help of GT Live fan favorite Ash and her partner Tamar, who both volunteered not just 1, but 2 rooms of their new apartment to our specific cause.
Hey y'all, Ash and Tamar here. It is our 3rd night living in this new place. We just got here, and when we found out,
and now you're gonna get invited by your boss.
This Feng Shui experiment, we were like, yeah, man, why don't we set up our new place for success? So that's what we're about to do today. What we are planning to do is we are going to try and do this experiment out today.
Honestly, sorry that I'm kind of rewinding, but Tamar was her name, I think. I think I'm really bad at names. Like, I've had students in my class as for like the 3rd time this year, and I cannot remember their name. Like, I'm literally so bad at names. Sorry if I don't like get her name right when it was said to me on my ears, but like even she looks done with it. Like, oh my god, what have I gotten myself into? Help. Send help. All kinds of help.
Today. What we are planning to do is we are going to try and do this experiment on the same timeline as Matt and Steph in our living room and also upstairs in our new office space. The goal of doing this is to increase creativity and decrease our stress and anxiety. And I would say stress and anxiety are pretty...
Or probably she's actually kind of like already okay with it, but it's gonna get like so much stress and anxiety out of all this. Oh boy.
Because we just moved. Yeah, we are so stressed out. Literally anything can send us over right now.
For all of our collective sakes, I hope this one works. Now,
yeah.
to measure how effective Feng Shui was at changing our
Skip.
mental and physical health, throughout the 2-week period of the experiment, we did check-ins to know any changes that we were feeling. Were our stress levels lower? Did our productivity suddenly go through the roof? Or was all the upheaval of moving just a waste of time and precious man-hours? So, equipped with instructions and new home goods shipped over from creative director Amy, it was time for the lifestyle makeover.
All right, let's do this.
All right, we've gotten our instructions from Amy. We've gotten an influx of new things to sprinkle around our office, so I guess we get to it. Starting with the repression rug.
Get it out of here!
Get out of here, you thing that symbolically represents all the tension and frustration that I keep bottled up on a day-to-day basis.
I think we can move it to the channel manager's office. I think they can take some repression and pent-up frustration.
I mean,
oh, good. I'm sure Josiah and Sam would love that.
We'll just kick the frustration down the hall. It'll be great.
Pay it forward.
And so the repression rug, it had to go. In its place, we had a rounded rug to improve flow and creativity.
I mean...
I feel better already.
Note to production team, double check your measurements, please.
Well, note to the executive staff, rugs are expensive.
Fair enough,
I mean-
you made the right call. Anyway, whether
Yeah.
ironically or unironically, our tiny rug replacement, it did manage to get the good vibes flowing.
Oh, I feel
Here.
the circle flowing through me.
Here, move over.
I mean, here's the thing. I feel less stressed by how much this makes me laugh.
I mean, yeah, like always, like I guess that's kind of the answer. Like, if you want to feel less stressed, just open up YouTube and search cat videos. They will always make you laugh, and they will always cure your depression. Cat videos are the best. Kitties.
It's the teeniest circle.
Does Feng Shui have no sense of proportion?
I mean,
I do feel cool though.
Next up on the to-do list
I
was
don't know.
decluttering.
Okay.
Boom! Big on style theory box. Johto, let's go.
Clearly,
okay.
I was having myself a grand old time. Steph, though, yeah, not so much.
Let's see how I'm gonna touch. What if I touch this rock regularly? It's sort of like a little stress rock.
Thought rock, keep
A little
it.
thought rock, a thinky rock. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the thinky rock. because
Okay.
I genuinely touch the thinky rock.
Okay, keep the thinking.
Why
rock.
does
Okay,
that kind
what about
of?
your crystals? Do you touch the crystals?
I
Do you charge up?
I alternate between touching crystals and touching Faz tokens,
I like looking at this.
depending on the day.
But sacrifices needed to be made. So I was forced to make some truly difficult decisions. The Faz tokens had to go. Let's be
Aw.
honest, I think about FNAF enough anyway.
Yeah.
This.
I like it.
What about
Considering, like, I'm still like amazed that after like the Paw Patrol theory, which I think this theory might have been filmed just before it, that actually broke him. I'm still surprised FNAF didn't break MatPat. Like, oh my god! Like, if you haven't already watched the Paw Patrol theory, go watch it. It's I basically lose my damn. I am laughing.
Of my son and wife. I'm not touching this every day. Screw that.
I
Over
mean,
the next half hour, we debated
I
the merits of
guess.
every little knick-knack and tchotchke in our office until we were left with nothing but the bare essentials.
Ooh. Stephanie, did you know that we were nominated for a Streamy Award for Creator of Social Good in 2022?
Heyo!
nice.
2022!
Underneath it.
Some probably important employment.
Oh, look, a document that we definitely should. Oh, a quarterly tax return.
A quarterly tax return. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. I guess now we know how they make taxes.
We are very organized.
Having removed all
Are
the
you?
clutter and some important government paperwork, it was time to
Still
add
more
the
organized than
plans.
me, actually, I would say.
This is a money tree.
A money tree.
Looks like Amy was dropping some not so
Okay.
subtle hints for boosting our budget in future episodes.
I will give you 3 money trees if it means you'll let me get you a bigger rug.
Everything in the room makeover, it was the plants
Okay.
that actually had us the most worried.
How much water do these need, though, realistically? Because sometimes we go on business trips and then we come back and the plants are dead, and it's very sad, guys.
If you're feeling overwhelmed,
yeah.
lay on the circle.
Circle, I'm afraid that I'm gonna kill the plants.
Luckily, Amy had thought of that in advance, so she got us
Okay.
some easy-to-care-for, cat-friendly plants, which then
Oh.
led us into the heavy labor portion of the episode. Our office actually has 2 separate entrances, one into the house and one out to the deck.
Huh.
So we had to figure out the best command position for both of us. Basically, a not-so-spicy logic puzzle.
You and me commanding. I command this way.
So
you
you're
command
gonna
this way.
wait. How are you gonna be commanding this? So
Speaking of logic puzzles, the
Ah.
mirrors, which added a few more circles and organizational nightmares to the room.
we have 2 mirrors on 2 sides of the same closet, and they're different heights.
Yeah. I mean, mine's the appropriate height.
No,
I
no,
mean,
mine aligns with the fan art. I was taking my cue from the existing feng shui.
Oh, and I was taking my cue from the.
is this supposed to be Jason or something? Whoever's in the like reflection here, because no way that's Matt. That's Matt, or It is basically like the cameraman they have there. I have no idea. I literally have no idea.
The existing foundational structures of the house.
No.
Yeah, I think the
Some
cameraman.
random height above the light switch.
An appropriate relative height to the light switch.
Once we got everything squared away, I was feeling cautiously optimistic.
I am hopeful. Do I think it's going to make a substantial difference? No. But do I think that it's going to improve our mental well-being just to have stuff that's been lingering around for a long time put away? Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that kind of would
she was
actually.
Feeling a bit reflective, maybe thanks to all those mirrors.
This is why this episode exists, because interior decorating is kind of hard, actually. And
yeah.
I called one interior designer one time, and they came over and they were so snotty and mean to me, and I have never forgiven them, and I've never lived it down, and I've never called another one because I can't get over it. And so this is why we have a problem. This is why I'm here.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't get over one.
And he's done with it.
I'm so exhausted from this process, and all we've done is move 2 desks and hung three mirrors.
And while Steph and I were
Three? I
working
thought
on
there were
this
2.
session, tomorrow we're going through a very similar process
Okay.
over in their apartment. A very similar process.
Amy got us Peep rug. Peep this rug. It's really little. He's just a little guy.
You know what they say, it's not the size of your rug that matters, it's how you use it. And sometimes the way you use it winds up being incredibly redundant.
So we're just gonna put this right in the middle of the room, and it looks like that just in the middle of the room the carpet changes texture.
I mean, yeah.
I love it. It's a sleigh.
So it's a rug on a rug rug.
But it sure is.
On a rug
Real
floor.
talk,
What?
what happened with these rugs?
Also, next time, give me the dimensions of the room that you need me to shop for. It's not my fault.
So while the rugs
I mean,
wound
yeah.
up being a big old
She has a
mess,
point.
they also added a few plants
Oh,
and
poor
some round
Amy.
wooden artwork to
Poor
decorate their
Amy.
walls, all while repositioning their couch to the proper command position. Over in their office, they added some metallic pots and a matching set of mirrors.
There is no way this is a space I'm inhabiting. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is for people that are put together.
And just like Steph and I, Ash and Tamar, they were feeling optimistic about the test.
So what I'm really excited about with this experiment is not only making my house a little bit nicer, this new place, it's also kind of establishing new habits, right? A big part of this experiment is taking away clutter, something I am notoriously terrible at. I am very heavily ADHD hardwired, even though
I
it's
think
a little
me
bit
too,
harder for
though
me
I'm
to
not
keep
so
things put
not
together, to
diagnosed
kind of keep
sadly.
that clutter away. I'm hoping this helps me sort of recalibrate my habits and see if I can actually keep things a little bit cleaner and if that actually impacts my stress levels and my anxiety levels. I'm really interested to see if this helps with my focus levels, my creativity levels, and just my sense of being calm and relaxed.
And with that, the redecorating portion of the day was officially over. But with everything in place, would it work? Would we achieve greater peace of mind and ascend to nirvana? Well, that, my friends, will all be revealed after we give a special thank you to our sponsor for today's episode, Rocket
Sponsor
Mortgage.
time,
We've
Rocket
worked with
Mortgage.
Rocket Mortgage in the
Well,
past,
shout
and I'm
out to
super
Rocket
excited that they came
Mortgage
back to
to,
work with
like,
us again, because they have an
doing
amazing
for
channel right here on
sponsor
YouTube.com, available for free for you to
Southeast.
watch, called Rocket Learn. It is without question the best place to learn about all things
So
home,
what do you
from
learn
home
there?
loans and finances to the histories of some of the coolest homes across America. Rocket Learn has it all. My favorite
I guess I
channel
should
is
watch those
Home
videos
Lore.
because I
Basically,
need
guess
to
why I like it so much.
start
The show
saving
is
up to
one
buy a
part
house, and I
story,
need
one
all the
part deep
tips
dive
and
into
tricks.
the history of some
Thanks
pretty
for it.
interesting places. In
So
one
yeah.
of the more recent episodes, they opened the doors to the Hillwood Estate, a 1920s mansion built by Marjorie
Interesting.
Merriweather Post, one of America's wealthiest business people. But what made it especially
Okay.
interesting was that she made her fortune in cereal and fast food. And if you've ever watched
Really?
Food Theory's programming, you know that I love talking about both those things. And while I
Interesting.
don't think that Marjorie got the memo on Feng Shui's minimalism trend, her house is full of these incredible treasures like Fabergé eggs,
Damn.
even a chair owned by Marie Antoinette. That said, she
Wow.
did have a Japanese Zen garden on the estate too, so I imagine that she was doing pretty well for herself. Nowadays, it's a museum, and I definitely
A Japanese garden. A Japanese Zen garden. In her backyard. Damn, I guess she was like really filthy rich.
to add it to my bucket list of travel destinations across the US. Rocket Learn currently has over 20 episodes available of home lore, all there to keep you entertained and educated. So go, click the link that you see in the description below to check out the full episode of home lore, and while you're at it, make sure you're subscribing to Rocket Learn so you never miss any of their amazing content, helping to make you a better homeowner, better home shopper, or just being aware of homes in general. Thanks again to Rocket Mortgage for sponsoring this episode, and now let's check back in with The Office. Over the rest of the week, we just went about business as usual, attending meetings, writing scripts, all the normal boring behind-the-scenes stuff that goes into making these videos, and that meant plenty of time in this new office setup. So at the midpoint check-in, we had plenty of things to say.
Hello, welcome to my new calm office. What questions do you have for me?
Well, live action me, how are you feeling? Any improvements? Any complaints?
You know, I gotta say, having reduced clutter on desks has been very nice. I do know in the back of my mind that the clutter exists unorganized in various drawers that we just shoved it into. So that's not the greatest, but I think overall, the lack of clutter and the general openness has been really beneficial.
Well, I mean, you can just open the
around
desks
the objects
and
that I
just
used regularly was delivering
basically
positive
throw
effects
them
on my
out.
focus in more ways than one.
Shh, Justin.
Okay.
Are we done meditating?
Yes.
Definitely the right choice over those Faz tokens. That said,
I
there
mean,
was still one piece of clutter that had to go.
Right, what is the deal with the one printer in our office? Because on one hand, it's a little bit distracting, because if anyone comes in to use the office's one printer that just so happens to live in our office, I'm like, that was a bad design decision. You know what would Feng slay me?
No, guys.
He's getting that printer out of here.
Note to self, next time we do a redecorating episode, that printer gets to live with Sam and Josiah like the repression rug. In all seriousness though, by paring the office down to just the essentials, I was able to focus on all the smaller distractions that were also harming my day-to-day productivity. And I wasn't the only one who was feeling the benefits that came with a clean desk.
I exist in a situation where I get a lot of requests every day. I come into every day with an already pre-existing to-do list from the things that I didn't have time to finish from the day before, and then I walk in and I have new requests that come in like as soon as I'm at my desk in the morning. So when it comes to trying to figure out what I'm doing during the day and prioritizing, that can actually be a challenge in and of itself. And so having fewer things around me creates fewer distractions. It doesn't eliminate my distractions or my feeling that I'm being pulled in multiple directions, but at least my
So like for now, basically the answer is the answer to like curing depression. Basically, throw out all the useless shit you have around your room and just have clean room I guess. Clean room, clean mind.
physical space isn't contributing to that. It's all just in here.
And while Tamara was also feeling the focus, she did have one minor issue.
I will say that it feels very nice in here. It feels a little sterile, I want to say. Maybe that might just be because we don't have very many decorations in here. Like we've got the lamps and we've got the plants and then we've got like my computer. So I have been like focused, but it feels very like co-working space core. In terms of like my old spaces and how that was set up, this is just better. It's just better. But I do foresee another challenge, right? Because yes, right now I feel so much more motivated and inspired to like put stuff away. But when stuff is away, I forget it exists. I don't remember anything.
I feel like we should get that looked into, Ash. I don't think moving some furniture around is gonna help with that. Speaking of things that didn't really seem to be helping, the colors.
Do you like the color?
The fact that I don't have an immediate answer for you should probably tell you that the color has made little difference in my life.
Yeah.
Very brown.
I'm actually not a big fan of beige, so I don't really love the sandy, earthy tones. I could take it or leave it.
There was one color, though, that was unanimously loved, the green.
I do like seeing the green. I feel like I'm in a little jungle setting.
Steph and Tamar, they also grew to love their plant babies.
I love feng shui.
Very, very beautiful out the window, and so I think that combined with like the colors
like
here
basically the nature.
that does make it feel like a nice creative
Like you're always connected with your roots, so nature. Yay, always be with nature.
space.
And while the tiny rugs were still pretty much useless, they did continue to bring me joy each and every time I looked at them. So overall, I would say that the results of week 1 were locked in as cautiously positive.
When it comes to this week, I've felt more positively about my own behind.
It feels like an art
Okay.
to me. I already feel more motivated to use these feng shui principles in other rooms in my home.
I think the fact that we have some spaces like fully set up and clear does actually give a nice contrast to the rest of the house, which is not done yet. And being in the spaces that feel like done and clean and organized and intentional feels really good.
I will say on the whole, I went into this episode being like, this is dumb. But the small changes that have happened have yielded some results, which is significantly more than I ever expected.
Overall, we all seem to be a bit more focused and a little less mentally stressed. But would those results hold on for an extra week once we had gotten accustomed to everything? Shockingly, no. The results actually got better. By the end of the second week of testing, the overall consensus was that everyone felt more focused and in control. The overall lack of clutter was the single #1 biggest all-star change that we all made.
I would say I definitely feel more focused with less stuff on my desk. I would say that less is more is absolutely the mentality to go into in my desk space. And my desk had been pretty cluttered for a while because stuff just piles up, you know, and we're like, I'll deal with it later.
No matter do you want
actually
it or not,
clearing
stuff
the
just
decks
piles
made a
up.
big difference. So I feel more focused, less stressed, and definitely less distracted.
It has been really nice to have these couple of spaces that feel not only done, but well done. I definitely feel less distracted in the office than I did in our previous office.
Yeah, you know what? I am less stressed and I am less distracted. I had an email come in today being like, emergency, emergency, it's Friday and next week's theory is not going to be ready in time, so we have to do a last minute pivot. And I nodded my head and I'm like, all right, we're going to solve that. As opposed to, oh no, I'm all stressed and this has ruined my entire weekend, which it has. But I'm calmer about it.
But it was Ash who seemed to experience the biggest benefit.
I genuinely think this made a really big difference. After I was diagnosed with ADHD in college, I got accommodations from the university to do testing in a testing center. So I was put into this really small room with a clock on the wall, really boring paint, and just nothing else going on. It created the environment where I didn't have a choice but to focus on what was in front of me, and I kind of feel like that is the vibe I got from this. Because there weren't distractions, I've seen improvements in my own work ethic and my focus, which sounds crazy. And does feel that way. I think it's true. I really think it's true.
So what's the big takeaway of this episode? Is Feng Shui really the magic cure-all for getting rid of all that pent-up stress and anxiety? The short answer, no. Feng Shui did not cure any of our problems. What it did do, though, was help in subtle, smaller ways. Steph felt better when she saw the plants. I smiled every time I stepped on that stupid rug. Ash felt more focused without all the clutter, and Tamar liked the vibe of the colors. In a funny way, I think that Feng Shui works a lot like YouTube optimization. On any given YouTube channel, there are tons of small things that can all help your video do better. You could have better colors in your thumbnail. You could have more exciting words in your title. You could have better writing, better visual editing, faster pace. The list literally goes on and on and on. And each one of those things helps a little bit. An extra % click through here, a few extra watch minutes there. Alone, it's not doing a whole heck of a lot. But together, all those small things add up to make a big difference.
I think
Feng Shui seems to function similarly.
Yeah, which I think I kind of need to like get better at and whatnot if I am kind of aiming to grow my YouTube channel. But I don't know, like I'm kind of planning to do these reaction videos as long as I can and whatnot, and I kind of hope your guys are enjoying it. And yeah, anything beyond that, I don't know. No, we'll see. See how life becomes in like the next month, and after that I'll probably do more or less of it. So,
One small rug, a little less clutter, fewer harsh lines, it accumulates, it snowballs. And if you spread it across your whole living space and not just limit it to a single room, I suspect it would help even more. When Amy pitched me this episode, I'll admit, I was skeptical. I thought that this one was gonna be a big ol' bust. Oops, it didn't work. No conclusion here. But what I learned through this short little experiment is how the space around you affects your well-being in difficult to articulate ways. I said this during my final day recap, and I think it sums it up pretty nicely.
So one of the things that's also really noteworthy in all of this is while we've been doing this experiment, we've also been moving the GT Live studio up to our attic. It was down here in our basement with the yellow wallpaper and the Easter egg blue couch. Now it's upstairs and we're using an orange couch with a green background, and the vibe is different. And there is definitely a perceptible change in how we feel in that space relative to how we felt in kind of the more yellow, warmer space. We're not sure if that's a good thing, if it's a bad thing, it's just different. And time will tell how that affects us. But what these couple of weeks have shown me between GT Live and this experiment is that the space that you put yourself in really does have imperceptible differences in the way you feel, in your mood, in your attitude, in your behavior, and that there is a lot of truth to the vibe or the aesthetics of a location, that it can really do things to the way that you approach your work, to the way that you approach your energy levels that might not be perceptible to you and might be difficult to articulate, but are impacting your relation. It's really cool.
So, how can you apply this today?
Okay.
Declutter. Above and beyond all else, the one move that universally worked to ease all of our collective stress and anxiety, the one thing that gave us an immediate boost to everyone in the experiment, cleaning out the garbage. So, we're actually gonna give you a bit of homework, friends. Yeah, that's right. I want you to take a look around whatever room in your house you spend the most time in and see how much clutter you have clogging up your space. And for 1 week, I challenge you to put it all away, keep it out of sight, and then come back here into the comments and report to me if you feel the same difference that all of us felt in this episode. And if you feel like taking it one step further and actually filming your progress, we also have ourselves a brand new Team Theorist Instagram and Twitter, if that's where you prefer to scroll the hours away. Anyway, I look forward to seeing your feng shui journey as well. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go buy a measuring tape for Amy and we gotta go buy some bigger rugs. But hey, that's just a theory. A lifestyle theory. Keep looking and living sharp.
Wow, I love feng shui, but you know what else I love? Style theory. Click on my left for our latest theory on anti-AI clothing.
Okay. Well, he gave me kind of a week to clean up my room. Basically. I might need more than a week. More than a month, actually. Because I'm not sure some of the stuff here, like, are they trash? Are they like stuff I use or what? Yeah, my room is a mess. I just don't have the energy, want, or whatever to clean it up honestly. But who knows? Maybe I'll put some time into it eventually, in one way or another. But anyway, guys, beyond that, I really hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video today. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there are any other like theories you would like me to view from Ormapat. But I have watched a couple of his like before, but I'm open to like watching basically every other YouTube channel. I think after this one I kind of have like 2 more videos to make for my YouTube channel. No, and beyond that I kind of have to find a 3rd one to make for the full weekend. But anyway, beyond that, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.